One of the things I've noticed that separates intermediate speakers of English to advanced speakers of English is mastering the use of the 5 conditionals. So stick around because today we're going to be reviewing the 5 conditionals in English, and also we'll be looking at a strange use of both the second and the third conditional. I think you've never seen them before, and you're going to be surprised. Let's check it out. Let's briefly review the conditionals here, yeah? So would you mind explaining to us very briefly about the zero conditional and first conditional?
Basically, those are the easiest, I think, to understand and to explain to our students, because basically zero conditional refers to the situations which are generally true. They refer to rules or laws. Let's say the example sentence like, if I drink a lot of coffee during the day, I can't sleep well. Yeah, so this is like a real possibility, actually a fact. Another point, interesting point here, that you can use not only if, but also when. When I drink a lot of coffee, I can't sleep well. And notice the structure, right? So in the first part, in the if part, you use present simple, and the same present simple goes to the second part, to the zero conditional. And the difference with the first conditional, which also refers to the possible situation which may really happen. In the second part, we will use will plus infinitive, right? And the example sentence may be like, if you listen to our podcasts regularly, you will improve your English in no time, right? So it shows the result, like the action, what you should do for that, and the result, what will happen after that, right? Can you give another example for the first conditional?
If you guys are on YouTube, if you subscribe to this channel, you won't miss a single new video.
Amazing.
It's kind of a prediction, right? Like cause and consequence kind of thing. Yeah, that's cool. Just briefly touching on second and third conditionals here, Ksenia, both are similar in the sense that they are hypothetical. Actually, let me give you an example. I love to give this example in my classes. Imagine your favorite band or artist comes to your town for a concert. The concert is tomorrow, so it hasn't happened yet. I ask you, hey, Ksenia, so are you going to that person's concert tomorrow? And then you can say, oh, no, I'm not going because I don't have money for the ticket. And then you could say, if I had money, I would go to the concert. You are imagining a situation in the present moment about something that hasn't happened yet. There is a slight chance that you might be able to go because the event hasn't happened yet. If I had money, I would go.
One very common use of this second conditional, it's in the, like, let's imagine we're talking to our friends, yeah, and the friend is describing some difficult situation they're facing their life. And when we want to give them advice, we may say, if I were you, I would do this and that. Yeah, it's the same, right?
It is.
You're imagining yourself in that person's shoes, but you're not them, so it's an imaginary hypothetical situation.
Exactly, and that friend can still do something to change his or her situation. Now, imagine going back to the concert. The concert was yesterday, so it's over, it's finished, it's gone. Today I ask you, so Ksenia, did you go to the concert last night? And then you can say, no, I didn't go because I didn't have money for the ticket. Now, in the present moment, you will imagine a hypothetical alternative scenario for that thing in the past that has already happened and it's gone. So you could use third conditional here. If I had money for the ticket, I would have gone to the concert. So to abbreviate, to make it simpler, if I'd had money for the ticket, I would have gone to the concert. Or to go back to the old-fashioned way, had I had money for the ticket, I would have gone.
Had I been born in France, I would be speaking French now. What is that? It mixes the past and the present.
That's why we call it a mixed conditional.
That's the bonus for you guys, the mixed conditional. Have you heard about it?
Yeah, that's fascinating. Can you say that example again?
Had I been born in France, I would be speaking French now.
You see? That's it, because it's something about the past, but the second part of the sentence is about the present. So that's why we call it mixed conditional. You are mixing pretty much third with second conditional.
Let's come back to that example with a friend. If I were you, now, if I were you, I would have done it differently in the past.
There you go. Are you enjoying the lesson? Great. This is just a small bite or clip from the full lesson though. So if you want to listen to the full experience, make sure you do that on the RealLife English app. Link in the description, download the app and listen to the entire episode over there. So Ksenia, would you like to read this burning question from our reviewer? Let's see if we can help this person a little bit.
I need someone to help me with this conundrum. Recently I was watching the TV show Anne with an E, and before the last scene there was a conversation between Gilbert and Diana. And the actor said, had I had the opportunity to, I would have... What on earth he meant by saying had I had?
What on earth, right? Like, oh my God, explain that to me, guys. First of all, great job for using the word conundrum. It's a great advanced word. It's a difficult situation, a conundrum. So that's awesome. Look, to put it simply, had I had the opportunity, this is third conditional. It's the same thing as saying, if I had had the opportunity, I would have done it. It's just that it's a more old-fashioned, archaic way, even lyrical way, let's say, or poetic way to say this. Instead of if I had I had the opportunity. You see how lyrical, how poetic it sounds? Had I had the opportunity, I would have done it.
I like how it sounds. I really like it. And I like it more than, like you said, saying I had. Then you would have an impression that, for example, if you were reading the text, that they just like put the word had twice, right? I had. But here they have the I between two hads, had I had, and it sounds better and, like, I know, even easier to say.
Yeah. The other way to say it with if, which is more, let's say, contemporary, normally people contract the first had. So I would say if I'd had, so quickly, if I'd had the opportunity, if I'd had the opportunity, I would have done it. I believe, Ksenia, that Anne with an E, I haven't seen the show, but the story... It's kind of an epic type of show, yeah? The story happens many, many years in the past, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's based on the novel. And this girl, she really likes beautiful words. She chooses eloquent words. So her speech is very poetic, I must say. Probably that's why they included this had I had phrase as well.
There is another aspect of this that happens with second conditional as well, which is very similar. For example, imagine I look at your hair, Ksenia, and I say, oh, you have beautiful hair. If I had your hair, I would be happier. This is second conditional. So I could say to you, oh, look at your hair, so beautiful. Had I your hair, I'd be so happy.
And it's like, again, it's an imaginary situation. That's why it's second conditional, right?
Exactly, it's hypothetical. Or you see somebody who seems very energetic, very active, you say, oh my God, had I your energy, you know?
Also resembles this phrase like, I wish I had your energy, yeah? Had I your energy.
Oh yeah, that is a more common way to say it actually. Because again, I would say that had I your energy sounds a bit old-fashioned to me as well. Something like maybe my grandma would say, you know?
Yeah. Or when like parents talking to their kids. Had I so much time in my time as you have now?
There you go, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick mini lesson on conditionals. And if you have a burning question about English, submit your question to us. Here on YouTube, you can simply leave a comment under this video, or you can also send us an email at hello@reallifeglobal.com with your question, and we will be very happy to answer your question in a future podcast or in a future video. All right? Hey, thanks for learning with us. Did you enjoy this clip? Awesome. Know that the full lesson is available exclusively on the RealLife English app, so if you want to have the full experience, make sure you download and listen to the lesson over there. Download the RealLife English app, and I'll see you there.